आप देख रहे थे सीधा प्रसारण नेशनल मीडिया सेंटर से। वित्त मंत्री प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस को संबोधित कर रही थी और इकॉनमी को लेकर के बहुत बड़े ऐलान किए गए हैं। अगर बात करें तो इन्वेस्टमेंट को बूस्ट करने के लिए और एक तरह से जो माहौल था उसको फील गुड इकॉनमी में डालने के लिए जो भी कदम उठाए गए हैं, ये कहा जा सकता है कि जो पोस्ट बजट कंसल्टेशंस की शुरुआत की थी वित्त मंत्री निर्मला सीतारमण ने, और एक एक सेक्टर्स की बातों को सुनने के बाद में जो ये फैसले लिए गए हैं इकॉनमी को और ज़्यादा बेहतर बनाने की दिशा में आगे आने वाले दिनों में और भी इस पर जोर दिए जाने की उम्मीद, ऐसा वित्त मंत्री ने खुद कहा कि ये केवल एक शुरुआत है और आगे भी जो सुधार है वो जारी रहेंगे। मेरे साथ मेरे सहयोगी मार्कलिन इस प्रोग्राम में हैं और साथ ही साथ दो खास मेहमान भी जुड़ रहे हैं। के बद्रीनाथ, इकोनॉमिक एनालिस्ट, आपका बहुत धन्यवाद वक्त निकालने के लिए, इस प्रोग्राम में शामिल होने के लिए। और जयंत दास जी, आप भी इकोनॉमिस्ट के तौर पर इस कार्यक्रम में शामिल हुए हैं, आपका शुक्रिया। और मेरे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं मेरे सहयोगी अरुण शर्मा, जो कि बड़ी बातों को आपके सामने रखेंगे, जो कि फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर ने आज देश के सामने रखी इन्वेस्टमेंट को लेकर के, और जो दूसरे मुद्दे हैं उनको लेकर के क्या कुछ आज सामने आया है प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में। आइए सीधे चलते हैं अरुण के पास और देखते हैं कि वो बड़ी बातें जो आज फैसले के तौर पर ली गई हैं। अरुण।
शुक्रिया अजय जी। और जिस तरह से इंडस्ट्री को दरकार थी, जो कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर मांग कर रहा था कि कुछ बड़े बदलाव होने चाहिए, बड़े ऐलान होने चाहिए, उस दिशा के अंदर जो वित्त मंत्रालय है उसकी तरफ से कई बड़ी बातें निकल करके। लेकिन लेट्स फोकस ऑन द 10 बिग पॉइंट्स ऑफ दिस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑफ फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर निर्मला सीतारमण। द बिग टेक अवे ऑफ दिस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस इज दैट द एनहांस्ड सरचार्ज ऑन FPIs, that means the foreign portfolio investors withdrawn. Now this is a big takeaway because we know this fact that in budget there was an announcement that means an additional surcharge of up to 40% was levied on these foreign portfolio investors. So that has been withdrawn now. Surcharge on domestic equity investors also goes, and enhanced surcharge levied on long-term capital gains and short-term capital gains also withdrawn. So now this big move will give a major push to the equity markets. That means the foreign investors, the foreign portfolio investors will start coming back to the Indian market. So that's the big takeaway. A lot of equity investors were looking for these kind of big announcement, and that's the number one takeaway. Second important takeaway is that the central government decides to recapitalize banks immediately of up to 70,000 crore rupees. That's a big figure because we know this fact, the PSU banks like State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, we have seen earlier the equity infusion as well. So now the recapitalization of this 70,000 crore rupees will give extra cushion for these PSU banks, and also the additional liquidity of 5 lakh crore will also be infused in these public sector banks. So this will strengthen the public sector banks. That's the second big takeaway. Let's focus on the third big takeaway. And if we talk about the third big takeaway, is that the all home loans and car loans EMIs will come down, as banks have agreed to link the retail loans with the repo rate. Now this is the big term, the repo rate. That means if in case the repo rate is close to 6%, for example, as of now, the PSU banks or the private banks are lending at a rate of 8.5 or 9%. So now the PSU banks might go forward and start lending a lower rate of repo rate. That's the big takeaway of this press conference. That means the EMIs, that means home loan and the car loan, are likely to get cheaper. That's the big takeaway as far as this press conference is concerned. Let's take the number 4 takeaway of this press conference. And that's a pretty interesting part as far as the fourth takeaway of this press conference is concerned. If we try to look at the fourth takeaway, it says that the focus is on making the conducive environment, for all these stakeholders. So this is the third pointer. Let's now move to the fourth takeaway. Now we are moving towards the fourth important part of this press conference. Now CSR violations to be treated as civil and not criminal liability. Now earlier the industry bodies like FICCI, CII, SOCM have written to the finance ministry. That means if in case they violate the CSR norm, if they can't go ahead with the CSR norms, they were treated as criminals. But now this case has gone, and now no criminal offense, but yes, there will be a civil offense as far as if in case there is CSR violation. So this is a fourth big takeaway. Let's now focus on the fifth big takeaway, and that's the crucial part. Now this fifth takeaway is that all tax notices will be online from October 2019. That means coming October 2019, all the tax notices will be online to you, and all the nitty-gritty, all the kind of litigations from the tax department, all these things will be disposed within 3 months. So now focus is more on the transparency part. That means there will be sealed, the income tax department sealed when you get a notice on that pass, or whatever tax notices you get, that will be completely online. So that's a big focus and big takeaway, because now Finance Ministry, CBDT completely focusing on transparency as far as the tax matters are concerned. Let's try to focus on the sixth big takeaway. Now this is the most crucial takeaway. The angel tax on startups will be withdrawn. Now this angel tax exists since 2012. Now what exactly angel tax means? Now any private equity, if in case they are raising funds, now if that is more than fair valuation. Now what is the fair valuation? For example, if this is a startup, for me, the fair valuation of this startup, watchmaking startup, can be 100 rupee. For the income tax department, the fair valuation of this startup can be 500 rupees. So income tax department can say that on the 500 rupee you have to pay 30% of angel tax, but the fair valuation will vary from person to person who analyzes, who reads the book, who reads the account of that startup. So now these angel tax on startups completely withdrawn. Now this angel tax was also considered to be a deterrent tax as far as the startup industry is concerned. That's what imposed in 2012. So now no more angel tax as far as startup is concerned. So the startups in our country will get a major push, because the private equity investment, if they are investing, there will be no angel tax. That means up to 30%. So this is a big and sixth big takeaway. Let's now focus on the seventh big takeaway of this press conference. Now, GST filing to be simplified further. That means focus on transparency and simplification. All pending GST refund due to MSMEs shall be paid within 30 days. Now, this is the crucial point, in 30 days, because most of the MSEs were complaining that our funds are getting stuck because refunds are not coming on time. So now 30 days is the deadline when the funds will be given to the MSMEs. So the MSMEs can further invest and there is no problem for funding as far as the working capital is concerned. So in 30 days, this dues has to be given to the MSMEs back. And interesting part is that GST refund matters will be resolved within 60 days. That means not more than 2 months. Any kind of GST issues, this will be resolved in 60 days. So this is the seventh big takeaway of Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman's press conference. Let's now focus on the eighth big takeaway of this press conference of Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. 100 lakh crore, as we know that this was announced by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in the budget. Now 100 lakh crore for development of modern infrastructure over 5 years. But now roadmap will be given as to in which projects this 100 lakh crore rupees will be going forward, which are the projects. So Finance Ministry will be identifying those projects. So the focus will be how to spend this 100 lakh crore going forward in the next 5 years. So 100 lakh crore rupees, the strategy will be made as to in which projects, which stuck projects, these 100 lakh crore rupees will be invested. So this is a big takeaway number 8. Let's now focus on ninth takeaway of this press conference by Nirmala Sitharaman. Now, as we know that 100 lakh crore is the focus area, but the big focus area is the automobile sector. We know this fact. We are in the transition phase from petrol, diesel and CNG vehicles to electric vehicles. So there were confusion, there were uncertainty between the automakers and the auto segments that what will happen to the petrol diesel vehicles. So now all the BS4 vehicles purchased till 31st March 2020 will be operational for entire period of registration. That means till 2020 next year, if you're buying this BS4 vehicle for this entire period of registration, this will be valid. So that means there is no need to worry. That means this move will give a major push to demand in the auto segment. Second important aspect is that the revision of online one-time fee has been deferred till June 2020. So whatever the concerns the auto industries were making, that has been taken care of. That means now on Monday when the markets open, it will be a major cheer for the auto companies going forward. And last but not the least, that point number 10, that comes from the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman's press conference. It is that India's growth, or India is growing better than most other economies, because this is the fact, because we know this fact that in budget, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman came out with the New India vision. Nirmala Sitharaman, the Finance Minister, led down the vision of a $5 trillion economy. So despite the global slowdown, despite the trade war, India is still performing better than US and China and most developing and developed economies. So that's the major takeaways. So yes, these takeaways surely on Monday will give a major push to the stock markets, give confidence to the corporate sector and industrialists, and that's the takeaway which everybody, I mean these highlights, which everybody, all the stakeholders, be the industrialists, corporate bodies, were waiting for past a couple of weeks going forward. So these are 10 takeaways, but for other major analysis and mega coverage, back to you, Ajay and Mark.
Thanks very much, Arun. And now let's go across to Shishir, who's joining us from Mumbai. Shishir at the IMC there in Mumbai. Well, Shishir, the finance minister said that this has been done with wide consultation with industry. We can see that she has, firmly kept the reform agenda right in the forefront. She's also increased liquidity. She's put that money for recapitalization of the banks right up front. She's enhanced demand. She's given a push for demand, at least in the auto sector. And there is going to be some sort of benefits through other sectors as well because of lending rates being improved. So how does industry look at all this in the form of a stimulus?
Well, absolutely, Mark. Well, this moves basically, this announcement was quite awaited for a long time here. Especially when I was covering the budget last time here, I have spoke to most of the industry players and they've said that obviously the long-term capital tax on taxation front also, on the other different sectoral front also, various initiatives actually they were expecting. And right now we heard almost 2 hours of the press conference of finance ministers, and I think almost all the answers must have get here. We have the industry players with us right now. We'll directly listen from them what exactly their views are. Right now we have with us the Director General of IMC, Ajit Mangalurkar, sir. So first of all, there has been a quite brief explanation from the finance ministers on various sectoral front. But first of all, how do you see these initiatives taken by the government?
$5 trillion economy back on track is how I see it. I think on today is an auspicious day, Janmashtami, and I think the FM has given us good measures to feel very buoyant, very positive. The markets should hit back very strongly on Monday. And the biggest issue of cash crunch, I think that's been completely solved. I mean, we have got all the measures possible from point of view of the banking sector. You've got 70,000 crores that's being released to PSBs, which will help to release the 5 lakh crore for lending. In terms of the NBFCs, the support to housing, to support to auto is going to be given. The other big thing is linking repo rate to the interest. That's going to bring down the interest in housing loans, in auto loans. That's going to create a demand. So, the measures are all what industry has been wanting. This government is listening. And I would say $5 trillion is not far away now.
Absolutely. But you also said the government is listening here. When last time we met on the budget day, you said that the long-term capital gain tax and especially surcharge on it that the industry and the corporate body has been looking forward. Finally, it's been heard now, and how it will benefit to the corporates now and in terms of the business also.
In fact, it's just been removed. No one really expects, surcharges to be removed midway. You normally see this budget to budget happening, but the surcharge on FPI and the surcharge on the capital gains has been removed. The flight of capital that took place because of this, there's no reason why that capital can't come back. And that's the biggest thing, the liquidity crunch that we are talking of. In one go, it's all open now for the liquidity to come back. And that's going to, in fact, it was not there was no demand. It was that there was no money. You went to the bank, lending was an issue. NBFCs are an issue. Now everything's coming back. And auto sector, which really has been reeling, and we have been asking for the government to look into it. The government is going to be our biggest buyer. There it is. They have removed the ban on replacement of old vehicles, and the biggest buyer is going to be government. So it's putting back the demand cycle very clearly. And the other thing, the BS4 vehicles, which was a big, huge confusion, they've said that all those registered till 2020 will be valid for the full life, which is a good 10-15 years. So all the stock that is lying with the automobile dealers and the companies will start getting liquidated, and you will start seeing the host of other industries, getting their cash back. The biggest thing is for the MSMEs. The 30-day period, which the FMS said that all the refunds...
Because all the money was struck actually.
In fact, MSMEs are reeling because the GST refunds were not happening. Now, within 30 days, that is from today to 30 days, all the pending refund is going to happen. Not only that, but going forward, within 60 days, refunds will take place. So for the MSMEs, where the reason why GST was a problem is the refunds are not coming in. So for a small player, if he's going to not get the money that is due to him, now it's going to come back. Plus, he knows that within 60 days he is getting his money back. I mean, first of all, feel good. Sentiment is definitely going to be positive. Secondly, it's actually happening. There is money that is going to come in. And thirdly, is that the FMS said that this is not the end of it all. This is the first of the three part talks that she's going to give. So we are looking forward to what she's going to talk in the next 2 weeks.
Well, as industrialists, actually, we always see that we always have eyes on the banks. And at this point in time, we have seen here that the NPA was the issue here. But the finance minister have come up front and they said that 70,000 crore is what the bank recapitalization that will give immediately as a token amount. And going forward, that we'll see amount of 5 lakh crore here. How do you see, because banking is a backbone of the country, and at this point in time, if you need a $5 trillion economy, you should have a robust banking growth.
I think the message has gone very clear to the banks that you have to lend now. In fact, banks were not lending for a whole lot of reasons, and now the message has gone very clearly. Plus, the repo rate reduction is going to now be linked directly to the. In fact, they're going to come
That's
up.
exactly what the RBI have said. Even last the monetary policy, when the RBI governor have said that
Yes,
the
Shishir.
repo rate have we have already reduced it, but now the transmission should take place.
Yes. In fact, the thing is that RBI reducing repo rates, it had to finally go to the end user. Now this is going to happen because, if the banks didn't pass it on, where was the end user going to benefit? And now by this measure, it's going to.
Yes, Mark.
Right, Shishir. Another important point is, with the number of governance streamlining that the government has done. For instance, even the IT orders now will be through a centralized computer system, all notices to be disposed of within 3 months. There seems to, she emphasized about the respect for wealth creators. How important is this for, for industry, the respect being given to wealth creators?
Absolutely. This question also we got from the anchor here that as far as the decentralization of IT is concerned, basically, when it was earlier was taking quite time, especially for the wealth management, how do you look at this move by the government now?
In fact, I think the move is very, very positive. The issue was always that, is there a harassment factor? And that she has very categorically said that the one odd case where you would have because she's saying that it's all going to be faceless. The one odd case where there's an enthusiastic officer who wants to should not be construed as harassment. So I think the government is very, very clear that they do not want any kind of harassment to the taxpayer, and they want to make it very, very transparent. And I think we should take it seriously. And we are quite positive it will happen.
बहुत धन्यवाद शिशिर मुंबई से जुड़ने के लिए। और बड़ी बात है जो उद्योग जगत वहाँ से इस बात का एक तरह से खुशी जाहिर कर रहा है कि जो लिक्विडिटी की समस्या थी और जो इन्वेस्टमेंट की जो समस्या थी उसको एड्रेस करने की कोशिश की गई है। और लगातार जो कंसल्टेटिव प्रोसेस है उस पर सहमति जताते हुए, खुशी जताते हुए हमारे साथ अभिषेक झा जुड़ रहे हैं, जो कि नेशनल मीडिया सेंटर में इस पूरी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस को कवर करते हैं। अभिषेक, सिंप्लीफिकेशन ऐसा दिखता है कि एक बड़ा फोकस है, और दूसरा ये कि जो डिमांड है इकोनॉमी में उसको ज़्यादा एनहांस करने की कोशिश की गई है। क्या थोड़ा सा मूड परिवर्तित हुआ रिपोर्टर्स के बीच में जब लोगों ने इन सारे अनाउंसमेंट्स को सुना? आपको क्या फील हुआ उस वक्त?
देखिए, अब बहुत पहले से ये ऐसा लग रहा था कि जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस होगी काफ़ी ज़्यादा शोर शराबा होगा, क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा रिपोर्टिंग्स या बहुत ज़्यादा अखबारों में इस तरह खबरें आ रही थी इकोनॉमी को लेकर, और बहुत कहे तो जो सेंटिमेंट था बहुत ज़्यादा सकारात्मक नहीं था। लेकिन आज जब वित्त मंत्री की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई तो उन्होंने बिल्कुल पॉइंटेड तरीके से लगभग अब सरकार की जो सारी नीतियां हैं उनको सबके सामने रखा, और उसके बाद जो भी सवाल पूछे गए उसका भी उन्होंने जवाब दिया। हालांकि यहाँ तक कि जब ये कहा गया यहाँ पर जो कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे थे प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस को कि सिर्फ ये आखिरी 2 सवाल लेंगे, तो वित्त मंत्री कह रही थी कि नहीं, जिन्हें भी सवाल पूछना है हम सारे सवालों का जवाब देंगे। तो सरकार जवाब देने के लिए पूरी तरह से यहाँ तैयार बैठी हुई थी। और एक बात जो उन्होंने विशेष रूप से कही कि जो भी सरकार ने ये ऐलान किए, जो भी ये कदम उठाए गए हैं, ये सब इंडस्ट्री से कंसल्टेशन के बाद उठाए गए हैं। यानी ये कोई एक तरफा फैसला नहीं है और सरकार किसी आइवरी टावर पर बैठ के इकोनॉमी को देखने की कोशिश नहीं कर रही है। ये इसने उन तमाम स्टेक होल्डर से जो कि इकोनॉमी को चलाते हैं, इकोनॉमी में जिनका योगदान है और जो बड़ी बड़ी इंडस्ट्रीज के भी मालिक हैं और जो बहुत बड़े सेक्टर्स का प्रतिनिधित्व करते हैं, उन सभी की राय शुमारी के बाद ही ये फैसले लिए गए हैं। और ऐसी उम्मीद की जा रही है कि जब इंडस्ट्री की डिमांड के हिसाब से सरकार ने डिसीजन लिए हैं तो निश्चित रूप से ये इंडस्ट्री को आने वाले दिनों में फायदा पहुंचाएंगे। जहां तक जो सरकार का जो मुख्य ध्यान है वो पूरे तरीके से जो फ्लो है, जो मनी का जो फ्लो है उसको किस तरीके से ज़्यादा तेज़ बनाया जाए और कैसे मनी जो पार्क्ड है, चाहे बैंकों में हो, चाहे फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस के पास हो, चाहे लोगों के पास हो, उस पार्क्ड मनी को मार्केट में लाया जाए और जो सर्कल है मनी का उसको किस तरीके से शुरू किया जाए, इस पर सरकार का ज़्यादा ध्यान दिखा।
और क्या जो एमएसएमईज को जो दिक्कत हो रही थी उसको लेकर के जो जीएसटी के मोर्चे पर या फिर जो उनको पेमेंट्स में देरी हो रही थी उसको लेकर के जो अनाउंसमेंट किए गए थे, ऐसा लग रहा था कि एक एक करके जो कंसल्टेशन किया गया था, ज़्यादातर जो डिमांड्स हैं वो वित्त मंत्रालय ने मानी है।
बिल्कुल अजय, और आपको देखना होगा कि सरकार किस तरीके से दृढ़ थी अपने इरादों में, क्योंकि हर एक जो डिसीजन है उसके लिए सरकार ने एक टाइम फ्रेम दिया है। ये चीज़ 30 दिन में होगी, ये चीज़ 60 दिन में होगी, इसे 10 दिन के अंदर किया जाएगा। तो कहीं भी किसी भी तरीके की वेगनेस नहीं है, और ये एक तरीके से कहें तो हमारे गवर्नमेंट सेटअप और ब्यूरोक्रेटिक सेटअप के लिए एक नए तरीके का प्रयोग है कि हर एक चीज़ आपको टाइमलाइन के हिसाब से करनी पड़ती है। अगर आपको जीएसटी का रिफंड करना है तो आपको एप्लीकेशन के 60 दिन में हो जाएगा। जो सारे बैकलॉग आपके जो रिफंड जो आपको प्राप्त नहीं हुए उनको आज की तारीख से 30 दिन के अंदर आप तक मिल जाएगा। अब अगर सरकार, और उन्होंने कहा कि ये हमारे गवर्नमेंट का कमिटमेंट है, अगर आपकी गवर्नमेंट आपको कमिटमेंट दे रही है कि 30 दिन के अंदर आपको आपके जो बकाया रिफंड है वो प्राप्त हो जाएंगे, तो आप निश्चित रूप से अपने बिजनेस को अगले 4 महीने के लिए प्लान कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि आपका रिफंड आपको मिलने वाला 30 दिनों के अंदर। तो ये जो टाइमलाइन की जो निश्चितता है, टाइमलाइन का जो विश्वास दिलाया वित्त मंत्री ने, ये इंडस्ट्री को बहुत ज्यादा इस चीज की जरूरत थी, क्योंकि पैसे की बात करें तो सबसे ज्यादा सरकार के पास बकाया होना, पैसे का सही समय पर नहीं मिल पाना, और ये टाइम मैनेजमेंट स्किल इंडस्ट्री को बहुत भारी पड़ती है। और यही एक ऐसी चीज है जिसका एश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री को बहुत ज्यादा राहत दे रहा होगा इस वक्त।
बहुत धन्यवाद अभिषेक इन तमाम बातों को हम तक पहुंचाने के लिए। और जयंत, तो आपसे शुरुआत करते हैं। एक इकोनॉमिस्ट के तौर पर आप ये जो सिंप्लीफिकेशन प्रोसेस है और डिमांड को, इन्वेस्टमेंट को रिवाइव करने के लिए जो कोशिश है, उसको किस तरह से देख रहे हैं?
देखिए, एक तो सबसे पहली बात है, मेरे ख्याल से पिछले 15-20 साल में बद्री भी एक वेटरन बजट एक्सपर्ट है, शायद ये पहली बार हम देख रहे हैं कि 6 हफ्ते के अंदर बजट का घोषणा का साथ साथ एक अलग से स्लो ऑफ मेजर्स इंडस्ट्री का साथ बातचीत करके सरकार के
मिनी बजट आ गया।
बिल्कुल मिनी बजट में यही कहूँगा कि जैसे फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर ने कहा अभी, शी वाज टेलिंग कि एक इंटरैक्टिव प्रोसेस था जहाँ पे इंडस्ट्री का उन्होंने सुने बैठ के, और हमें भी पता लगातार पिछले 2 हफ्ते से बहुत सारे मीटिंग्स हो रहे थे, सुनवाई भी हो रहा था अलग अलग से, और उस सुनवाई के दौरान आज का तारीख में जो घोषणाएं आए हैं, तो ये मैं मानता हूँ एक बहुत बड़ा लैंडमार्क है इस वक्त अगर देखा जाए तो। दूसरी सवाल ये है कि रहा आपका इकोनॉमिक जो स्टेटस है इस वक्त, और खास करके ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक का भी बात उन्होंने कही अलग से, जहाँ पे 3% के करीब स्लो डाउन का ग्रोथ ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी में है। तो ऐसी स्थिति में बहुत ज़रूरी है सरकार का द्वारा घरेलू जो स्थिति है उसमें किस हद तक आप थोड़ा बहुत उन्नति लेके आ सकते हैं, और जहाँ पे खास करके स्टॉक मार्केट में जैसे हमने गिरावट देखे हैं, करीबन 3 से 4 हज़ार अंक तक गिरावट हुआ है बजट का शुरुआत से। तो ऐसी स्थिति में मैं मानता हूँ ये सारी जो घोषणाएं आज का तारीख में किए हैं, लगातार जितना भी सारे मांग थे ऑलमोस्ट सारे के सारे पूरा किया जा रहा है। सो इट्स क्वाइट अ लैंडमार्क मेजर्स। अब ये देखना है कि किस हद तक मार्केट इसको देखते हैं और साथ में इकोनॉमी कैसे रिस्पॉन्ड करते हैं।
Mr. Badrinath, how would you look at the effort being made to tell taxpayers that life is much easier for them? Everything has become simplified from all sections of tax, and this in itself is a boost for the corporate sector because they feel confident that the government is not really there was that sense of harassment that some people felt was coming from the tax sector.
Yes, in the sense that she has made a lot of announcements,
Right.
big bang announcements. In that, when you come particularly to the taxes side, taxation side, there are a lot of simplification in the procedures, wherein it makes the life of the the taxpayers very easy and simple. For instance, there was a lot of criticism against this government that there's a lot of harassment for the industry as well as the individual taxpayers.
Right.
But today, perhaps when you say that all the tax notices will be put up on the website of the income tax department. Secondly, all the old tax notices which have been served on you will also be there for everyone to see. Third, you are setting a deadline to see that all these tax related issues with individuals, corporates and market participants will be settled
Right.
within a particular deadline is a big boost in terms of ease of feeling the way that you till now you are feeling that gloom and doom. But the point here is that taxpayers, one way is to look at the Prime Minister had spoken about respecting the taxpayers or the wealth creators who have been doing a big job for the country. So perhaps somewhere down the line we would see both the linking of these two things. One, on the one side, the taxpayers are getting a better deal. Second, the wealth creators would feel more confident to perform on the field.
And Mr. Das, with regard to lending, credit offtake, it has been slow. What kind of boost do you think has occurred after the finance minister's press conference will take place? Because she also did mention that banks have already decided to reduce MCLR.
Yeah.
So how is it going to affect?
Well, Mark, I guess the direct linkage with the repo rate would instantly create at least some sort of flutter. We are entering into a busy season at this point of time, and two things I look forward to. One is with an extremely good monsoons happening. I guess it picked up.
But is there enough liquidity for all this? That's also
See,
an aspect.
they are recapitalizing the banks to the extent of 70,000 crores. So that's an important thing. The other thing which I actually found out in the speech or maybe in the address to the press today was the last mile connectivity, where she specifically said that banks have liquidity and NBFCs have the connectivity in terms of the last mile consumer.
Right.
I think the government is making a really serious try in bridging that particular gap, where the NBFCs and the banks together can reach that that last rupee to be lent out to whoever requires in the other end. So I guess yes to the question which you initially asked, whether they would increase some sort of ease of taking loans, obviously, but more than ease of taking loans, I guess we also have to see that whether there is a ease of economic situation available prevailing in terms of environmental advantages. I guess that has also been structurally created in terms of if not the tax breaks, but at least the return of refunds, which is an important criteria for the MSE sector. I mean, there has always been an issue. They said we are waiting for days without end for our refunds to come in. And the previous finance minister also acknowledged the fact. This finance minister also acknowledges it, and she now has put in a deadline. So I guess that's an important criteria to look forward to.
And also another point is, there were a lot of delayed payments from the government side. And she did mention that this is all going to be cleared very fast. And she said, in fact, that the expenditure secretary has already cleared 30,000 crore rupees worth of payments. This sends an important signal also to revive, let's say, consumption in a sense.
Well, the very simple logic, the more money you put in back to the system, this money will multiply somewhere down the line. And as I said, the economy requires such short-term stimulus boosts. I mean, this is not only a short-term measure, this is also long-term measure. I think that would augur quite well in terms of what we look forward to.
जी, जो CSR को लेकर के जो एक बड़ा फैसला लिया गया है, ये कहा जा रहा था कि अगर कोई CSR में स्पेंड नहीं करता है तो उसको एक क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस बनाया गया है। ये कितना बड़ा सेंटिमेंट को कितना एक तरह से पॉजिटिव बनाता है?
सेंटिमेंट ही नहीं है। CSR को अब मान लीजिए कि आप CSR की नॉर्म्स और रेगुलेशंस को फॉलो नहीं करेंगे, उसको क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस माना जाना वो बहुत बड़ी इम्पोर्टेंट बहुत बड़ी नेगेटिव पॉइंट माना जा रहा था। बजट
2% का टैक्स बोल रहे थे उसको एक्स्ट्रा।
एक तो आप CSR प्रोजेक्ट्स बना रहे हो, दूसरी तरफ आप बोल रहे कि कभी डिलेस हो गया, उसको क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस तो नहीं बना सकते और आप किसी को जेल नहीं भेज सकते हैं। एक तो आप यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग दी कॉर्पोरेट फंड्स इनटू द सोशल सेक्टर, उसको आप क्रिमिनलिटी के साथ जोड़ना बहुत बड़ी नेगेटिव चीज़ था। इसको पूरा इंडस्ट्री ने उसको रिप्रेजेंट किया था सरकार के सामने, और आई थिंक द गवर्नमेंट हैज बीन रेस्पॉन्सिव विद दिस एंड दे हैव क्लियरली स्टेटेड दैट लुक ओके इट विल नॉट बी ए क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस एंड इट विल बी ए सिविल ऑफेंस। एंड इवन नाउ माय गेस इज स्पेंडिंग CSR spending has been made mandatory, 2% of your revenue or profits, net profit. But एक तो ये है, दूसरी तरफ है कि कितना कंज्यूम कर सकते हैं सोशल सेक्टर, हाउ मच इज अब्जॉर्प्शन कैपेसिटी, ये तो पता नहीं है। So there is no there is no study for that.
Right.
So if these two things are there, उसको क्रिमिनलिटी के साथ जोड़ना बहुत बड़ी नेगेटिविटी था, उसको शायद सरकार ने हटा दिया, and it will be welcomed by both the industry as well as the markets.
And to what extent do you think, in a final analysis, the issues raised by Niti Ayog's Vice Chairman about liquidity have been cleared with today's press conference?
My guess is I slightly differ with what Jayanta was saying, in the sense that when you talk about 70,000 crores
But
being
5 lakh
pumped
crores
in,
also,
in
5
terms
lakh
of
more crores,
recapitalization, it's a continuing process. If you recall, in the last year we had about 50,000 crores plus which was pumped into the banks to recapitalize them. And this year it's a step forward. But what has been done is you are trying to fast forward the process by saying that, okay, not later in the year, but I will do it just now. So that there is more money with this system. One is that. Second, and the banks will feel more confident to lend further in the market, both for retail sector as well as the corporates. So this is going to definitely improve, and also the sentiment is going to work in a big way because of this, rather than actually more, see, for example, you don't have any tax cuts as such.
Yes.
So point here is, at least you need to provide as much support as possible for the companies as well as the banks which are willing to consider lending for the eligible borrowers.
बहुत धन्यवाद बद्री जी वक्त निकालने के लिए और इस चर्चा में शामिल होने के लिए। जयंतु जी आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। तो एक तरह से आज अगर हम समअप करने की कोशिश करें तो एक तरह से स्टिमुलस पैकेज जो है वो इकॉनमी को रिवाइव करने के लिए आज वित्त मंत्री ने उसकी घोषणा की, और सीधे तौर पर जो 5 लाख करोड़ रुपए इकॉनमी में बैंकिंग सेक्टर के जरिए डाले जाने हैं, और उसके बाद बैंक्स जब ये लेंड करने की कोशिश करेंगे रिटेल सेक्टर को तो ऑब्वियसली जो डिमांड है वो आएगी। ऑटो सेक्टर को लेकर के जो कदम लिए गए हैं वो भी पॉजिटिव कहे जा सकते हैं, और सबसे बड़ी बात एमएसएमई को बड़ी राहत कि जीएसटी का रिफंड उनका अगले 30 दिनों के भीतर आ जाएगा। तो मेरे ख्याल से जो फील गुड फैक्टर है वो धीरे धीरे वापस आता हुआ दिखाई देगा, और साथ ही साथ ये केवल स्टार्टिंग है और 2 बड़े अनाउंसमेंट, 2 बड़े मौके और आएंगे, इसका भी जिक्र वित्त मंत्री ने किया।
Certainly, and I think that in the end, this is all going to boost demand and consumption, which will revive a virtuous circle, and the economy, as it is the fastest growing economy, but it will continue to grow. And as our friend from Mumbai said, the $5 trillion dollar economy is back on track. Thanks very much for being with us. Namaskar.